I mean, that's a lot of damage, man. So we invest 3 and we get 6 damage. Ah, you didn't expect this one, huh? Alright, so I think they counted and they decided it's not worth the attack, so they're going for 2-turn play. But I'll be honest, this is kinda scary. This means we get more damage than our opponent expected. I think with Chandra there is a chance we can kill him, I'm not super sure. I think this could be really close. Hello everyone, it's Sloth here, and today, absolute beast of a Mardu control that I think you might like more than you expect. It's amazing, it's absolute fire. So we are playing a lot of battles together with things like Helix, Spite, Archangel of Wrath. This was the main card for the whole deck. And with the triggers, you can flip battles very easily. So we play Invasion of Innistrad, together with Invasion of Dominaria, Tarkir, and even Tolvada, because we have so many good ways to flip everything. We also have Wedding Announcement, Emperor, Sorin. All of them create so many tokens that your opponent will be busy defending against them, and then the Archangel or Helix gets them. And with Chandra, you can basically flip 2 battles. So if your battlefield is clogged with battles you cannot flip, you can either go Chandra or just burn down the house and use Devils to flip the battles. And suddenly you have more value than control decks. So, you know, the deck is absolute fire so far. I really enjoyed it, and let's go into games so you can enjoy it as well. Alright guys, I'll be honest, I'm scared about this hand, but if we draw a single land we can play Invasion of Dominaria and probably curve into more. We play 26, like it shouldn't be super hard to hit one. And yeah, let's go with the Courtyard, right? Because it's strictly better than Caves right now. Alright, Dimir, thank you. I don't think we need to play Tarkir right now. Like, let's keep it. Let's not show our opponent that we play a red color. That probably won't change his decisions, but it might. Alright, I probably want to draw more cards. Alright, no 1 mana interaction. It's not a big deal and super surprising, but you know, sometimes they run Spell Pierce or something. We know that's not for a fact. However, now they have both 2 mana counter spells and 3 mana counter spells. And our opponent sees that something is off here. They decided that the Jace is the play. Man, I'm just scared I won't draw my lands, you know. Oh, those were 2 of my lands. Can I draw one? Oh my god, that's huge. That's absolutely huge. And now we have perfect Invasion of Tarkir, because literally nobody expects it. Nobody. So let's punish our opponent for this super greedy play. One of the Jays is gone. I don't see Esper right now, so it's probably just a Dimir control. They have Memory Dirge, right? So, listen, Sorin, I love you, but you need to go on the stack for counter spells, alright? I could see this being protected, but I think we need to roll the dice a little bit, especially that we can pressure for a lot of turns. That was... okay, so this is still a good deal. If we waited, they would get extra mana, and they would draw 2 extra cards for this. So no, like 1 card advantage, but they definitely have something to cycle. Alright. Every time they think we don't have a way to punish anything, and oh boy, every turn we show them that it's not correct. 3 lands and Archangel. Alright. Man, Liliana is huge, but not great in this scenario. That's why I love the Devils. So, which one do we want more? I mean, this one is strictly better here, right? I don't need the Vigilance. Right? No, I just go for the throat if I have to. So now, if he kills them in any way, I can flip this. So sweeping the board is not good enough unless they have Path of Peril into go for the throat. That's the best way to clear the board, but it costs a lot of mana. Man, they're actually starting this. I think they will actually have this. Oh right, the Exiles. Alright. Good for our opponent, that's for sure. So we could Liliana, because they cannot play No More Lies. Yep, because they cannot play No More Lies in this deck, because they don't have access to this kind of counterspell. The best they can do is hard counterspell or mana-based counterspell. That isn't very good here.
Shadows like me.
and we chill, because I really like my cards. The fact that we resolve Liliana is good enough. We don't need more. I'm a little bit hesitant on the Reef. I'm not sure how we approach it. So they need to go for counters. I think I will let them to mill me, even though they probably run a lot of Jace. But this 1 mana is worth it. This disables 3 steps ahead fully. So, 2 ways to go about it. Let's resolve this. And we'll go through them. Alright. So, we can flip the Tarkir and then block this. Or we can just go for the throat on this. Both get countered by a counter spell. If we go Helix, this also enables a removal to prevent our game plan. Here he needs strictly a counter spell. I think he will have it, but I will risk it. Alright, that was a good turn for us. That was a decent turn. Alright, do I want lands? Yep I do. So this is 6 into 6. And yeah, even though we don't burn cards, we don't need to. Like, it's sitting there, menacingly. And they have no way to answer it right now. I want to get my full value and then I start to discard. Oh man, this is so good for me. This is a perfect sacrifice target. Do you go Shelly or what? Like, man, we are starting to roll with this. Alright, Bitter Triumph. Not much we can do about this part. They still have potentially a counter spell. Alright.
Fun when they hit back.
I have some ideas. So, do we go with the Emperor? I kinda think we do. Oh man, they are going with it. I think they have another removal for Planeswalkers. Well, they really want to burn themselves. Alright, so we don't have a choice here. We go for this. However, you know what?
Our swords will cross again.
I mean, that's a lot of damage, man. So we invest 3 and we get 6 damage. Ah, you didn't expect this one, huh? And we can kill this, right? That means Preacher dies. I'm not sure if I want to flip one of the battles. I will get... Yeah, man, this is interesting. Yeah, I think we just... Okay. I mean, there are some creatures here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Right, I can make the zombies. That will be kinda interesting. But is it worth so much damage? No, I think we just go all in. Here just because we have Archangel, so if they don't have a counter spell, even if they sweep this, they die on the next turn. And, you know, if not, we just go into top deck wars and see who is better player. And this is kinda intense. I think I could play this in very different ways. I have chosen this one, but this is one of the games where your decisions will decide the game, because you could completely different... Like, I could, for example, start getting all the value from those battles. Alright. Only 2 mana for a counter spell. Do you think he has a counter spell? Oh no, he's going for the Archangel. Right? I think he will go for the Archangel. He doesn't know what we have in the end, but if he's smart, he will realize that this is the card that instantly kills him. And that would also explain their play. Oh, they went for the second. I was thinking, if not the Archangel, they can go for burn down the house, but it's only 3 damage. Archangel is more. Alright, so I mean, I think we rolled the dice. He didn't have counter spells before. He is tapping heavily. He has a lot of removal. So... Okay, this is interesting. So let's go. Right? Yeah, that's what I thought. Oh, I appreciate it, my friend. I appreciate it. That was a really cool game, man. All around. And man, this is what Magic is supposed to look like, in my opinion. Not Red just, hasting their way, but this was a very cool game. Alright, we're going first, we have Lightning Helix, so it should be nice. We'll have to pain ourselves to cast it. Best case would be Invasion of Tarkir, because that sets up us for a very good late game. Especially if Emperor and Burn Down the House, right? We can crack all the battles. But we need this red mana, so this one has to be the first one. And I mean, that's it. We have no idea what our opponent is playing, but I mean, he will be playing the same thing as always. It's kinda crazy. Things like Kumano, all those zero-cost spells, completely force you to play around normal gameplay pattern of 1-drop into 1 mana removal or something like this. Like, they can avoid fully, right, the plotting, right? The plotting can absolutely invest all the mana, while also not risking anything. That's kinda crazy when you think about it. Let's go with this one, that prevents the pain. They wasted the activation, which is interesting. However, we will go into the Emperor, I think. So let's sit. Man, it won't be easy without the Emperor, that's for sure. So, yeah, on the next turn we can double remove. Then we go Emperor, and then we go Burn Down the House to potentially flip something. Well, they needed a lot of time to make this play with Fire decision. I tell you, man, it always feels like they're like learning the deck for the first time. Alright, Forge. Well, absolutely, completely terrifying. This is probably the best counterplay to what we have. Oh boy, this is absolutely devastating. So I think we have to play like this, because we probably will have to be aggressive. This is an extreme timer, so our opponent got extremely good matchup for them. This is the only way they can go so hard, because we want to kill them in like 4 or 5 turns, and I mean, this might be enough. We'll see. I will cast the Emperor, and I will try to start flipping some battles. We can use our 4-4 to block 3-1 on the next turn, so we are not investing anything. We take this damage, we say, ouch. Okay, that was the worst ouch ever, and we roll with it, we can be super aggressive. Our opponent doesn't realize how aggressive we can be, so maybe that's that's a way. It feels like a lightning strike, not play with fire, but you can never know. Yep, exactly. So, what do we go for? I can kill this and start attacking with, no. I guess we can flip with Lightning Helix and buffer 3 damage. Or we can just go Burn Down the House and try to raise them. Alright, listen. I'm racing Mono Red on Lethals. I don't see any problems with this one. They use Sunburn into, the Planeswalker, so we have a little bit more life than we should. Not really than we should, but, than they would love us to have. We take this damage. We will block at the last moment. This has trample, so it's always 2 damage mitigation, basically. Go for it. Just the best. So, our opponent has 2 cards in the hand, and we need to roll with it. Sorin is a very nice addition here. But I think Invasion of Tarkir is even better, because we can also flip it on the same turn, and that's kinda huge. So we lose 5 damage, but we gain potentially 6 damage on the next turn. We kill the chick, so we mitigate the damage. I mean, that could be good enough. And right now, this is what I love battles for. It forces even Mono Red to consider defending. And that's kinda crazy, isn't it? Yep. And I think we flip it when they will attack. There is a chance this dies, which is kinda okay, then we go probably Sorin. Let's set. Oh, it's 4 already. Alright, that's fine. Do you think they have play with fire into Lightning Strike? There's no way, right? Listen, there's no way they have this. They already used double Lightning Strike and 1 play with fire. Alright, let's see if they make a play. Yeah, it's the end step, alright, so let's go for it. This means we get more damage than our opponent expected. However, we probably need to play Sorin. I think with Chandra there is a chance we can kill him. I'm not super sure. I think this could be really close. Emperor. Emperor is really nice. I mean, we kinda deal the same amount of damage by not attacking, right? Oh, but we have the Emperor. We can do it on the next turn. I guess we can give First Strike to something, but it's not the great deal. We can just life gain. It's better. I think this could be a good play because it helps us to mitigate the damage for full 2 turns, but I think it's just better to go all in here. Also, if they don't kill us with this, like they need to pump it before. Yeah, they will die on the next turn, just to the Thunder Maw. So they need to pump it, and then we can answer with the Emperor. And if they didn't have this card, which is super niche, like we would absolutely destroy this guy, it wouldn't be even close. But this is probably one of the best ways to punish us, and I think it's still not enough. So our opponent got extremely good matchup for him, and it still failed miserably.
This is what you get for hurting my people.
Thank you, Emperor, for your hero line. And I think with this we should be winning, right? The Thunder Maw alone kills this guy. If we draw a land, Chandra kills this guy. Apparently we got an actual full like 2-minute rope, I think, from this guy. Playing Mono Red with Forge and still losing. So I mean, man, it goes to both Hall of Shame and Hall of Salt at the same time. Alright, I mean, I'll take my win, you know? Alright, we are going first. What about the mana base? It's wonky, but we have Helix, we have Go for the Throat and Wedding Announcements. I mean, we should be able to survive, honestly. I think so. Man, the third land, like this is my real nemesis, just trying to hit my third land. This lost me so many games, man. Alright, but we'll try. We've burned down the house and Wedding Announcement. We have really high value overall, and this lets us, you know, make some interesting plays. This is perfect draw, probably. I think this is honestly the best draw we could get. Not only a land, but also untapped swamp. So that means double black on Liliana will be easier. Alright, here we go. Oh, you want to tap something? Well, it would be such a shame if it never happened. So normally sometimes you can consider forcing them to tap, but they will get a scry and they cannot attack anyway, right? So, Wedding Announcement or Liliana to prevent everything they have. Wedding Announcement. I don't think we'll have time for it later. And it will be hard, but listen, I believe. I'm scared, but I still believe. Alright, Warden. I hope they cannot double tap it on this turn. They will double tap it on this turn? No, because that's super important. We can Helix this, but only on the first turns when it enters. Alright. Man, Shuffler loves me today. And you know what? I love Shuffler back. Alright. So, because we are on turn 4, we cannot sweep right now, so instead of wasting the first token and just, you know, getting 2 additional ones on the empty board, we kinda need to go with this. Do I want to tap this? I think we go here. Just because I don't want to allow him to extra scry. And we don't want to block on this turn, because then we waste the tokens and we want to protect them. This will be hard, man. Don't get me wrong, it will still be hard. Man, their main phase, drawing. Alright. I'm not sure if that's ever a good play, but listen, I'm taking it. And... oh man, this is so interesting. Listen, I'm going with this. With Helix, I think we should be absolutely fine. And I want to prepare Liliana for when I have the empty hand, because you know, I will have empty hand, but my Boros opponent will be like flooding with value in his aggro deck. And there's nothing wrong with it. I'm great, okay? I'm fine with it. Here's your goose. I think we didn't have too many honks lately. I need to pay attention. So the idea is that I want to get to 0 cards, and this is why we didn't waste burn down the house yet. Because this deck can go so hardcore white that You actually cannot compete with this on board. But man, this is not as good. Alright, I think we wait, because, okay, if I knew I would draw this, I would play the Helix at the end step, but we didn't. I could get their cards, but I don't think it's worth it, right? So if I clear the board, well, it's not worth it. I don't think it's worth it at all. Can I start pressuring them? Okay, this is the line of play I didn't really want to go for, but you know what? It's kinda okay. I'll take it, man. I actually will take it. Here we go. Here's your Boros aggro. Just because we have Helix combined with the Devils, that is so much. Maybe... No, I attacked with Devils. Okay, here we go. This will be insane turn. I don't think we'll die, especially that they probably want to devote at least one creature to Liliana, and we can block 3 of them. This is what, 10, like 13 damage after the blocks. So I think we should be okay. It will be close, but we should be okay. And on the next turn we can start attacking their hand. I think I really missed a lot by not playing Helix at that end step, but if that wasn't land on the next turn, I wouldn't be able to get to 0 cards, so I would need to discard anything. So that was like a 40% win rate play, basically, because we have like 26 lands. Well, actually, yeah, we drew some of them. Alright, so I think they counted and they decided it's not worth the attack, so they're going for 2-turn play. But I'll be honest, this is kinda scary. Let's see how hard they will tap. One of the reasons I'm playing like this is that every Boros is overconfident. Like I'm usually seeing they are playing super overconfidently and not with a good calculations. So very, very often they go so low that you can just burst them with Helix. That's my idea. I will probably attack with 3 Devils. So we need to go for 10 damage at least, I think. This will be interesting. I would love to draw something that deals damage or sweeps the board, but you know, we will work with it. Like they have 1 block that is fair, so I think, yeah, they have this 1 creature. This is kinda huge. Alright. I think we can mind game this win, if we do it right. But Sloth, why didn't you play a land? Because there won't be next turn, alright? Man, they have literally 2 recruiters in their hand, I think. If Boros player makes decisions so quickly, it means there was no decision. They have a 2nd recruiter in the hand. I need them to block... Oh no, they are going with the token. And they are blocking the correct one. Alright, this is 8 damage. And they're not killing the devil token. So we can kill the warden. How much damage is this? I think, man, they did the perfect block, to be honest. 5, 8, so 16 damage. This will be hard. I think we have to go with this. So I discarded land because it doesn't matter at this stage of the game, and the surprise factor is way more important, and I hope that they will feel more confident knowing that I'm discarding lands, thinking that maybe I got flooded and I have nothing, and that would give them the chance to, you know, get the damage. See? This quick decision kinda gave it away. However, it's still kinda hard for them. If they full swing on our face, they die. They need to block at least 4 creatures. And that's half of their board. So this will be interesting. I'll be honest, our opponent plays very, very well, but we are a very good player, so it doesn't matter. Okay, man. So I wanted to say good game, but I'm at the 2nd trigger, alright? So if I click my face, I will actually waste this game. So, but good game, my friend. So our opponent was playing very well. Alright, we're going first, and that's it. Man, the mana base seems so healthy somehow. We actually have a perfect mana base for the first turns, and I love the Spite. Man, this is a low-key amazing card that nobody is using. But it smooths your draw so much. It's a big deal. And hopefully we can hit something with toughness 3 or less. I'm not sure, like, man, my cards are really good. I don't know what I could cycle. Unfortunately for our opponent, we won't make this decision because he played his turn with no option to interact. Man, some people complain about counter spells. At least you can counter spells. What can you do against the plot? It just happens and that's it. So yeah, very good for our opponent. We need to kill this, right? So this is kinda important. I think we go for Triumph here, just because of how important it is. If there's... well, Monstrous Rage doesn't protect it. As in, I'm going with this, because I will get worse card later. And Spite will definitely kill something anyway later. So they lost 2 cards already. Now they will go Slickshot, go absolutely crazy mode, because they can. This is exactly the advantage they got last turn. And we cannot interact with it. So then you are always this 1 turn behind, in a way, and they can use it. If they have good enough draw, they can absolutely, you know, roll over you in a way. But right now they have probably the maximum damage they could get, and it still doesn't seem to be enough. Do we play Emperor? I mean, they need to play into it, right? That's the problem for them. That's it. If they pass the turn, I just play more lands and use Volcanic Spite on this. Yep. So they want to pump. See, thanks to not main phasing Emperor, we already got some value. It's not lethal. Alright. And with this we won. Because our opponent used everything. They have no instants. And we have another Emperor and another Samurai. More plotting. Alright, but this is... sure, you can plot away, my friend. But they won't have creatures. We keep Sokenzan. Just because this is better than the land. It's basically a 4 mana to 2. And sometimes this can win you the game, especially in such a low value game like you know, this one. And they will try to pump it. Even if they drew Monstrous Rage, they cannot protect it. Oh man, they are going with everything. You know what? That actually might work for them, in a way. So they will target Kumano. I think I have to go with this, man. Man, this is insane. They got probably the perfect draw right now. Because I don't have 6 mana to kill both of them on this turn. I will have on the other turn. So what do we go for? If I kill this, the Slickshot will be what? 5 to 6 damage. That's a lot. That is a lot. I think we just say okay. That's a problem. They will get a new card. But we don't have a way to prevent this. Yep. So they thought that we do it because we couldn't do anything else. I don't think we need Sokenzan right now. We need something that... Alright, I mean, this is way stronger than Sokenzan, that's for sure. We cannot block this, but it is tapped. And this is a... well, I wish I had a land. You know, I wish I had a land. I mean, we attack, right? But I'm not sure what exactly we will do here. So I can use the Emperor, but then they get more. I think we go like this. If they attack, they will draw a card after the combat phase, so whatever haster they will get, it won't matter. Anger. I mean, see? This was a really good deal for us. We basically got nearly 3 for 1, except 1 card replaces itself, so still 2 for 1. But for such, you know, good play for them, it's still amazing that we went ahead on this one. Alright. Man, we absolutely just farmed them. I hope you enjoyed those salty mono red decks. I'll be honest, this deck absolutely blew my expectations. I really enjoyed it with things like Helix, Invasion of Dominaria that live gains so much, Archangel of Wrath, Emperor, Sorin, Celestus. Our life gain is absolutely out of this world while also removing every creature. The cool part is that we play Invasion, we slow the game, and then we can burn down the house everything and then use the battle to just flip anything. You can go Archangel of Wrath, use 4 damage to flip this, and basically you get additional Angel. So suddenly, after you set up with the battles and kinda control the board, which is not very hard with Helix Spy. Look at all the 2 mana removal that we have on top of the more mana. Like, we are packed with removal, but the beauty is that our removal does something as well. Invasion of Innistrad felt like a perfect match for this one because first we use red cards which deal damage. So sometimes if your opponent goes green and 10-10 or something, or they are playing a simulator deck or something with like 12-12 constructs, like, this kinda should kill it, and this answers one of the problems that has. Together with the Emperor, you shouldn't have troubles with, huge creatures, and that allows you to go super nice on the early game with all the lifelink and, all the removal. With things like I originally wanted more spikes because they can target battles, and 3 damage is kinda enough against mono red. It only doesn't kill the Swift Spear that gets pumped with, like, Monstrous Rage or something, but even, like, Slick Shot with Monstrous Rage is already 3 toughness, so that dies perfectly. However, it was very hard to find a place, and I think Invasion of Tarkir has a good spot here. It's kinda harder to get this 2 damage to remove something. That's why we only play 1. And honestly, during the game, you should find the target. So I never had troubles, and man, this single card won me so many games, actually. Burn Down the House is never a dead card, and that's another thing I really enjoy about this deck. With all the removal and life gain and cheap cards, we didn't have to go for lockdowns. As you can see, we can absolutely destroy, aggro decks very easily, and that means we open more slots for value. And suddenly, if you are playing against, midrange, especially midrange, I think we can outvalue basically every midrange. But even against control, you have like basically 2 cards in every single card you play, and if you use them right, you can outvalue them unless they go like super crazy draw, in which case very often you can just burn them. With Burn Down the House, Chandra, Archangel and Helixes, and especially amplified with Wedding Announcement, you can just really go hard on the damage. You have seen we raised mono red and we won. And especially Helix is an amazing card to raise because, if you just want to burn someone, it's 3 damage. If you care about racing, suddenly it's 6 damage difference between you and your opponent. So that's a big deal. The mana base felt super healthy. One addition that you possibly want to make is adding Mirexes. I decided that I want consistent mana base more than anything else, and we rolled with this one, and it felt very clean. So especially I enjoyed the fast lands in this deck, like they really did the job here. So yeah, I'm happy with the deck. The outro was longer than expected, but apparently I have more to say than I expected. And Mardu is always a very fun archetype, and it actually came from suggestions from you guys. Someone mentioned that, hey, make a Mardu control, and I was like, well, that's a cool idea, and it turned out better than I expected. So I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you guys for watching. As always, you're extremely appreciated. Tell me in the comments how you like the deck, if you like the games, if you like salty scoops. I think it was all very fun and entertaining, and in all seriousness, like, we are just trying to make some good entertainment. So if someone salty scoops, it's just their time wasted more than anything else. So I don't personally super mind. So I hope you had a great fun, and see you guys tomorrow.